Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Seas. In the last episode we finally managed to get our hands on some rage-drenched cider, so we need to take that to the man in Vanderblood, but we also want to go back to the Undercrow and Lower Barnet if we can. And I realised after I finished recording that I used the wine that I had brought with me to go to Nook. Well, not at Nook, but it kind of worked out at the end. I guess we'll go back and get some more wine if we do in fact need to go to Nook to do the Lower Barnet stuff. But we'll start off with the main reason we did all of this, and that, going to Vanderblood. Do we want to go to London first? I reckon we'll be okay. We'll see what our terror looks like when we get close. What are we at? 25? I may go to London first. I don't have the Blind Bruiser's quest still. Oh no. Every single episode now is me just going, do I have the Blind Bruiser's quest? Oh, Barnet. No, that's what objective. Here we go. Oh, I still need to go to Frostfound for the Admiralty. It doesn't look like we in fact do. So that is one less thing for me to worry about. I do believe we have most of the port reports for Lower Barnet. Maybe I'll go to Lower Barnet first. Because it's literally right outside of London. It kind of makes sense, I guess. I'm interested to see what happens when we actually finish the Neathbow. I don't think there's any, like, super special reward you get for doing it. Like, for doing everything. It's just a culmination of all of the rewards. But we will find out what happens to the Curator, I imagine, which could be rather interesting. Let's loot and scuttle this ship. 1 supply, 2 fuels, and a stout crate with some more fuel in it. Lovely. All clear. Yeah, because once he gets all of the things he needs, I imagine he's either going to go mad, or he's just going to transcend into a moth, which is a running theme at the moment. With the Undercrow and all the other things going on, we have a lot of moths. Oh, damnable fog. Excuse me, fog. We must be getting close now. Yes, let's Pigmoat Isle. Do I go to London to lower my terror? We're at 28. It's probably worth it. We do know that the Blind Bruiser will definitely give us a quest if we dock at London. Excuse me, I need to shoot this gilliflower. Error reduction. Let it disperse, shall we? Crab cake. One of the best islands in the whole of the Neath. One day there's going to be a story set in Crab Cake, I'm telling you. I'm predicting it now. And when you all read it, you could be like, oh, this is what Aneurin was talking about. I can't imagine what you would actually do on Crab. Maybe Crab Cake Island, just full of crabs. And then there's just a story about crabs. It seems perfectly plausible in my mind. Not that my mind is the best place to be coming up with plausible ideas. Here we are, London. Collect messages from the Harbour Master. The Blind Bruiser is in fact here. Oh, where do you want me to go? Polythreme again, okay. Took me a while to find it then. Let's go to my lodging, spend some time with my family. Wonderful. Do I have anything in my hold? I'm going to buy some wine while I'm here, actually, just to make sure I have it. Just in case we do, in fact, need to go to Nook. There we go. I'll sell that prisoner honey, it'll pay for it. There we go. I do have 22 candles still. I need to go back to Nuncio or the Whisperways and do a little bit more exploring there. See if we can find some of the things we have. We also have 3 Blemigans that I should probably get rid of. I'm sure it's fine. Right, should we go to Lower Barnet first? Or should I start this off with Vanderblood? I mean, we're going to be driving past Lower Barnet, so I may as well go to Lower Barnet first. Can I? I can go under here. Wonderful. Uh-oh. Oh dear. That could have gone better. I submerged into a current. Oh, Barnett, there it is. Oh, got some supplies there. I didn't need to buy supplies, did I? No. Lower Barnett. Right. Do we want to trade stories with the congregation? I believe we do. We can speak of Anth. Its memory still gleams. You talk of consuming desire, and mornings where every moment gleams with promise. You talk about broken vows and a love shattered, about a heart growing sharp as a barber's razor. You talk about how clearly we see the passions of others while obscuring our own motives. The listening sailors cast their eyes down, looking into the past. We can speak of hideaway. There is little need to exaggerate. You speak of the city on the back of a beast. It is difficult to find, for it roams throughout the Untersee, above the waves and below. It scorched its belly on Mount Palmerston and snapped the top from Maisie's shaft. It blocked the harbour at Adam's Way and gave birth to the Grand Geode. Why, you last heard, it was making its way for London. We can't speak of Nook because we do not have it, but we can speak of Rosegate. It is an exceptional cigar shop. You describe the gleaming cabinets of cigars, the impressions of far-flung places conjured by each puff, the uplifting bite of freshly cut grass under surface sun, the dark whiff of lightless cellars stacked with mushroom wine, the sweating, savage sense of London's flesh pots. Your audience inhales in unison, savouring the imaginary smoke. I've just noticed, is this going higher than 5? I don't think it is, but I'm going to hand them all in anyway. Scrimshanda. You will have to relate the carvings to your audience somehow. I know it is going up. Your story is a bold one. That every mark ever made on seafaring skin appears, unexplained, on the walls of the Ivory City. You move among the listeners, gesturing to their tattoos. The wheel of mists. They'd find that etched above an aquifer. The gambit scratched into a nameless catacomb. And the unflinching eye, well, that is only found at the city's heart. But your listeners will have to visit and see for themselves. We can speak of the Undercrow. The trick is to tailor the tales to the audience. You talk of the gut moths which inhabit every sailor and provide their nautical instincts. The taste in the throat which heralds a storm front. The ability to digest food even on choppy seas. The welcome fluttering in the stomach at the sight of a sweetheart on shore. Moths in the gut, growing all the time. Your listeners shift in their seats. One hurries out, clutching his mouth. What a disturbing thought. And that's enough for now. Can we now? No. Oh, I need something awaits. Gammon Blast. Oh, I can trade my storyteller quality for different rewards, but I don't think I want to do that. Let's just go get something awaits. So what we'll do is we'll go to Vanderblood. And hopefully between here and Vanderblood we shall gain something awaits. At least I think we needed to do this to get the storyteller contest. I feel like that's why we were improving our storytelling. Because most of the things we said were definitely not true. Or at least I hope they weren't. Because the idea of having a moth in my stomach seems remarkably unpleasant. Here we are. Carissa's Point. I believe this is the last thing we needed for the Curator. I could be wrong. There could be one more and I've just forgotten. Uh-oh, bats. A tomb colony of Vanderblood. Right. Gather gossip while I'm here, maybe? Yeah, I don't have a port report, so why not? Visit the first Curator. Here we go. There it is, yes. Give it your ray-drenched cider. Cosmogon, it is the last thing we need. I smell stars. Beside the Curator's couch waits a humped machine of iron and brass. There, it wheezes, straining to raise its arms. A recess approximately the size of the cider waits. You place the cider there and close the lid. Faint atonal music, like the pricking of starlight, drifts from within. I will never see Parabola, the Curator wheezes, but perhaps you will. Take this mirror. It was born in a volcano. Dark glass, serpent carved. We gained a captivating treasure. But here, this is what we were waiting for. Receiving the final reward. It reaches up to clasp your hand. I am grateful. You don't know what you've done to me. Accelerated the growth beneath the flesh. Spared me the sanatorium. Here, my disillusion. The Curator moves faster than you've ever seen, flinging its arms back, as if in delight. Its chest pulses, then crumbles inwards. It cries out softly and turns into its masked face to watch you. Its chest crumbles like damp clay. Something damp and sleekly shining pushes out. Antennae rustle. Faceted eyes glisten. The Curator's hand reaches up to caress the creature, and then goes still forever. It frees itself, flexing damp wings. A moth of prodigious size. Its wings are figured with patterns in familiar colours. Pelican, Vidic, Irigo. The moth perches ahead of the sofa. You've never seen one this big. Its wings are a whole library of glyphs, clues, inkblot images. It's finished, my lady, the obsequious steward says behind you. Though he seems less obsequious now. All shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. But first... So we have three options. We can accept the steam yacht deeds. It was too frail to sail. By the time she was completed, it would have wanted you to have her. You'll be able to swap to the steam yacht when in Vanderblood. The Leucothea class is a mid-sized ship with 250 hull. It increases hearts, veils, and pages by 10. I don't think that's as good as the ship we're currently in. We can accept a huge trove of treasures. Perhaps it would be preferred you to have its memoirs. They're a little dry, but it was very wise. It had lived a long, long time. We can accept 7 treasures. Of course, if it's avarice that motivates you. I must admit I am myself motivated chiefly by avarice. Or we can forget other rewards and take only the moth. It's watching you. Does it remember the flesh it dwelt in? It spoke often of the Zee. Perhaps would like to travel. Honestly, after some thought here, I think I'm going to take the Moth. That just seems like the most interesting thing to pick here. The boat would be cool, but I don't think it's better than what I have, so I feel like it would be a waste. Let's take the Moth. It glides to your wrist like a falcon. The furred scales on its wings are thick as carpet fibers. It smells of wax and frost. Bend your head closer. If you can't hear it speak, perhaps you can read meaning in its wings. Well, that was interesting. I'm assuming it's a mascot? Oh no, yes it is. What does it do that the Blemigan does not? The Blemigan does 3 mirrors and 2 pages. The Keeper Moth does 3 mirrors, 3 veils, and 3 pages. Its wings carry 1,000 years of memories. Few of those memories are good. Let's take the Moth. And with that, we should probably take the Moth to the Undercrow, because that's just the next logical place to go. This is a very Moth heavy episode. Not much more I can say about that, is there? It's not too far in this direction, I guess. No, it's quite far. Maybe I should go back to Lower Barnet first. Yes, it's not the end of the world. A little bit of adventure never hurt anyone. Could press F. I do have quite a lot of fuel, but going too fast just tends to end in agonizing explosions. Should we try it? Full speed ahead. I'm going to shoot this man just because I want his fuel. Ah! I missed. Oh, bugger. Perfect. Dash of curiosities? Oh, fucking a prison, Sonny. Well, that's not fuel, but hey, we tried. Shortened our journey quite significantly. I could go under the Z. See if we can find anything interesting down there, but I am of the mind where I think I shall just stay above the surface. Given that it could end badly if I go under the sea. We still need to try and fight the Constant Companion. I am somewhat worried about trying to fight the Constant Companion, not gonna lie. And we need to try and fight Mount Nomad. That's gonna be fun. I still haven't got the cannon, have I, that allows me to shoot the doomed monster hunter that I've had with me the entire time I've been here. I've had that poor fellow for probably like 50 episodes now. The Undercrow should be just in front of me. I say just in front, quite far in front. My fuel is looking a little bit suspiciously low, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Watch out for things to crash into. Much as I would like to crash the paintwork a little bit more. I do need to repair my ship, actually. It's taken quite a bit of a beating. I don't think that's even combat. I'm pretty sure that's me just crashing the ship a lot. Uh-oh. Maelstrom. That means we are getting close. Wait, that's not the Maelstrom on the map. What Maelstrom is that? I feel cheated. Maybe that was just a random under-Z Maelstrom. Here we go, the Undercrow. We'll tell this man we delivered his letter and see if he turns into a moth. There's a wreck down there. I kind of want to see it, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's go to the Undercrow first. Recount Rosina's response to the almost dead man. What did she say? Eagerness is unbecoming on a bulbous cadaver. Tell him quickly. His wheezing turns to laughter. Even the Aurelian shares his smile. For a moment, the damp cave has the warmth of home. We lost some terror. So, we can observe a private moment, a hushed conversation between the incomparable Aurelian and his aged master. A moment demanding reverence and privacy, or at least discreet eavesdropping. Assemble another port report, might as well while I'm here. It appears that we need coffee, which is mildly annoying. That coffee I smell, could I trouble you for a cup? In his eyes you recognize the desperation of an addict. Let's see if we can pass this 48% chance. The almost dead man's voice is barely a whisper. His friend bends low to hear it. I found the paths the others followed. We meant to retrieve what Nida stole, and share it with all, but a racking cough consumes him. When it abates, he continues. Instead, the mountain gave me a gift of its own. You won't pin it in one of your displays, will you? The Aurelian can barely stifle a damp laugh. Of course not, sir. No spreading board could hold you. Oh, so he got his moth from the mountain. Here we go, we can attend to the hatching. The almost dead man's breathing has faded to a rattle. Joylessly, the incomparable Aurelian says, it's time. There's a 90% chance of success. God knows what happens when there's 10% failure. Let's find out. The passage is gentle, but not without horrors. You ensure that pain is kept to a minimum, while the incomparable Aurelian sits by the old man's side, taking notes in one hand and holding his mentor's hand with the other. There's almost no thrashing, and once everything is still, and translucent wings quiver in the cave's smoke, the notebook is filled. Lorenzo's face is serene and empty. Feathered antennae brush across it, multifaceted eyes regard you with curiosity. Wordlessly, the incomparable Aurelian hands you a small velvet bag as payment, then returns to meticulously reproducing every scale of the most Moth's wings in a new notebook. Lorenzo has shed his life. We gained one secret and 1,000 echoes. Lorenzo, the most Moth, stretches its scaled wings lazily. The incomparable Aurelian continues his sketches, without a thought of his old master's corpse shell. Let's see what this does. Reluctantly, the Aurelian closes his notebook. If I keep the lighthouse fire burning, I could observe you for a lifetime, he tells the Moth. But there's a final matter of his to deal with. He turns to the crumpled remains of the almost dead man. His brother, the factor at Porta de Mew, will want something to bury. He can make do with this husk. With a rush of wind, the most Moth flies up into the fog, circling the fire, and casting flickering patterns onto the cave walls. He's the brother of the factor? Oh man, that's so sad. We spent so much time with the factor. But we now have his husk. We're gonna have to deliver that, aren't we? What else can we do here? We can discuss Lorenzo's passing. The incomparable Aurelian sits on the stone table that was his friend's deathbed, listlessly staring at his collection. Without looking up, the incomparable Aurelian tells you that your assistance has been appreciated. Studying the most Moth so closely will be the highlight of my career, he says excitedly. I'm sure Lorenzo would want to thank you as well. Looking up from his book of pressed moths, the incomparable Aurelian fixes you with his stare. Lorenzo came to the Neath looking for a way to cheat death. I can't say whether or not he succeeded. So we can either say that he lost, an honest death would have been better than what he endured, or we can say that he triumphed. Some part of him eluded death. He lives on. I'm going to go with this because he turned into a moth. Life is unreliably pleasant, but it's better than the alternative. Lorenzo found a way to prolong it. It was, after all, why he came to the Neath. The incomparable Aurelian sighs. He has a new life now, maybe a happier one. He closes his collection book with a quiet smile. We can share tales with the incomparable Aurelian. He has little company except for his moths. It is enough, but he appreciates your visits. You regale him with stories of the sea and remind him why he's better ashore. In return, he shares some of the more interesting cave moths he's uncovered. He's even kind enough to let you keep alive one, whose wing patterns bear a striking resemblance to a member of your crew. Oh, I'm sure that's fine. Let's speak to him anyway. You catch him between tending to his friend's corpse and preserving a particularly curious cave moth. Just detailing the latest pattern of Lorenzo's wings. I believe they change in conjunction with the false stars, although it'll take some study to be sure. Somewhere, high above, you can hear the slow, steady beating of Lorenzo's wings. It returns every so often. This is the smell of the fire, I suspect. And with that, I think I'm going to end the episode here. This has been a very moth-heavy episode today, and in the next episode we shall go back to Lobarnet and see if we can wrap that up. But thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.